Part 269. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2681. Chapter 2681. The daughter flower will one day turn into a tigress. She looked at her cold-looking husband, and then at the indifferent old lady next to her. After a few seconds, she suddenly let out a sarcastic sneer, stepped back, and said through gritted teeth, "Okay, what are you, mother and son, doing? Are you going to unite to deal with me? I can see that I am superfluous in this family now. You all want me to leave, right? The old lady despises me, my two sons despise me, and now even my husband despises me." Mo Yunshin frowned. "Wenpei, I don't dislike you. What's wrong with you? Okay, why did you say these things?" The mockery in Mrs. Mo's eyes became even stronger. She stretched out her hand to wipe the tears from the corners of her eyes and sneered, "I heard what you just said. Mo Yunshin, you just regret marrying me. Yes, do you think I can't hear it? I am dedicated to the good of this family. I don't want my son to marry a good-for-nothing woman. Did I do anything wrong? Zhang Luli is a bad guy. If it weren't for her, would Shi Xiu have withdrawn from this year's election? Shi Xiu she could have been safely elected as the president of this term. It was she who harmed Shi Xiu and the entire Mo family. She was a disaster. As long as she was in the Mo family, there would be no peace for the Mo family. Why are you all protecting that disaster star? Have you all been brought down by her? Okay, I have good intentions, but you treat me like a donkey. Now you have to deal with me for that disaster star. I can't stay in this family anymore. Since you don't want to see me so much, you think I ruined this family. If we want peace, then I'll leave now. But Mo Yunshin, don't be too happy too early. Even if I don't stay in the Mo family anymore, I won't let you marry the foxy girl outside as you wish." Mo Yunshin looked at his wife, who had lost her mind and was like a madman. He was so shocked that he couldn't speak. He has never seen Mo so unreasonable and terrifying. The person in front of him is his wife. But Mo Yunshin felt that at this moment, this wife was so strange. After the couple had been sleeping together for decades, he suddenly realized that he didn't seem to know his wife well enough. He always thought Mo was gentle, elegant, and weak. She is a weak little woman who needs to rely on her husband to survive. Mo Yunshin thinks his wife is a weak and beautiful daughter flower. Unexpectedly, Kuskyoda would one day turn into a tigress. You are all protecting that broom star now, just wait and see. One day you will regret it, you will know that I did the right thing, and you will regret doing this to me. After yelling the last sentence in a hoarse voice, Mo turned around and ran out of the hall. Mo Yunshin was stunned for a few seconds before he remembered to chase after him. But he was stopped by the old lady. "Yunshin, let her go." Mo Yunshin hesitated for a moment, but when Pi is not safe outside alone, and she can't take care of herself. The old lady sneered, "Do you still think your daughter-in-law is weak and can be bullied? Don't worry, it's not the first time she has run away from home. She is Mo, and she will not suffer hardship wherever she goes. She has bodyguards to protect her, so there is nothing unsafe. If she wants to leave, just let her go. After she lives alone outside for a while, maybe she can figure it out. I hope she can suffer a little bit, so that she can recognize herself. Then she won't be like now. It's unreasonable to make trouble like this." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2682. Chapter 2682 officially launched. Mo Yunshin hesitated for a few seconds, but in the end he didn't chase him out. He indeed spoiled Shangguan Wenpei. He remembered that in the first few years of their marriage, Shangguan Wenpei was not like this. At that time, She was really gentle and sensible, and she really maintained a good home. She was so good at that time, that's why he wanted to pamper her and treat her well. I didn't expect that because he pampered her too much, he would pamper her like this. Thinking of Mrs. Mo's hoarse voice and ferocious expression just now, Mo Yunshan thought that the old lady might be right. He can no longer be used to Shangguan Wenpi. Let her go out and suffer a little, maybe it's a good thing. It would be great if she could change her temper and think things through some hardships. Asterisk. Mrs. Mo ran away from home for the second time. The last time she ran away from home, she couldn't last more than a few days and returned to Mo's house. And this time, Mrs. Mo seemed to have made up her mind. After leaving Mo's house, she never contacted anyone in the Mo family again. With this walk, a week has passed quickly. Chiao Mian and her group of juniors only found out about the conflict that occurred in the Mo family's old house the next day. As daughter-in-laws, neither Chiao Mian nor Zhang Luli expressed any opinions on this matter. On the other hand, the two biological sons, Mo Yesi and Mo Shixiu, had the same attitude as the old lady towards what Mrs. Mo did this time. No one thought about going to find Mrs. Mo, and they all felt that she was suffering a lot outside. On the contrary, it is a good thing. Both biological sons have this attitude. Chiao Mian and Zhang Luli had nothing to say. After all, they don't like this mother-in-law. As long as they don't live with this mother-in-law and Mrs. Mo is in charge of heaven and earth, it has nothing to do with them. Especially Zhang Luli now has a daughter and everything is ready. She happily nursed her child every day, but even her husband, Mo Shixiu, was neglected by her. How could she be in the mood to care about Mrs. Mo? Chiao Mian also started to get busy after 2 days of idle time. After the Hong Kong Film Awards incident came to an end, the annual large-scale costume fantasy film Phoenix Flying was officially launched. As the second female lead, Chiao Mian had to go abroad with the crew to film for nearly 3 months. The TV series If You Can't Love and the recorded variety shows that Chiao Mian participated in were all filmed in China, so even though she stayed out of town for several months at that time, she and Mo Yesi still met often, and there is no separation due to distance. It was at that time that Mo Yesi was working harder. But domestic flights usually take 2 to 3 hours. So as long as Mo Yesi can spare some time, he can fly back and forth in the same day even though it takes a little effort. It did not have much impact on his work. But this time is different. The country Chiao Mian went to took 10 hours to fly one way. If you fly back and forth, a day will be lost if you delay. This also means that after this separation, it will not be as easy for the two of them to meet each other as before. Especially, Mo Yesi has also become busy during this time. After Mo acquired Shen, he had to clean up the mess for Shen, and Shen left too many messes. It is not an easy matter to turn a large bankrupt enterprise from losses to profits. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2683. Chapter 2683. I really don't trust you at all. No matter how capable Mo Yesi is, he cannot solve all these problems overnight. Asterisk. We have a 9 o'clock flight tomorrow morning, and we'll contact you when we get to the airport. Well, I won't disturb you anymore. It will take at least 3 months for you to go there. This time you and Mr. Mo should seize the time to be warm and affectionate. After answering Linda's call, Chiao Mian threw the phone aside and turned to the dressing room to pack her luggage. The bedroom door was pushed open, and a slender black figure walked in. As she watched Chiao Mian walk towards the dressing room, the man's deep magnetic voice sounded behind her, "Are you going to pack your luggage? Let me pack it for you, you can't do it yourself. Mo Yesi walked up to Chiao Mian quickly with his long legs. Just put away the skincare products you use every day, leave the rest to me. Previously, every time Chiao Mian went out of town, Mo Yesi helped her pack her luggage. His tidying up was indeed better than her own. Not only were all her things neatly stored, but the various spaces in the luggage were also allocated very well. Chiao Mian packed things that required 2 suitcases, but Mo Yesi could use 1 suitcase. Although he was a wealthy young master who grew up with a golden spoon in his mouth, he was never in need of people to take care of him. However, after living with Mo Yesi, Chiao Mian discovered that this man's various life skills were better than many people who grew up in ordinary families. Much more. Ordinary families will also pamper many giant babies who can't do anything. For a truly famous family like the Mahist family, the education and training of their offspring are often much higher than that of ordinary families. Whether it is Mo Yesi or Mo Shixiu, the 2 brothers have extremely excellent conditions in all aspects. Zhang Luli was well taken care of by Mo Shixiu throughout her pregnancy. Okay, regarding this matter, Chiao Mian was not polite to him. She nodded, then I'll leave the luggage to you. By the way, I checked and it's quite hot over there in country. Why everyone has been there? It's summer. I need to bring some summer clothes. Mo Yesi curled his lips, I know, I've already had someone check it. But although it's quite hot over there, it's still a bit cool in the morning and evening, so you still need to bring a few thin coats. Have you had someone check it? When did it happen? Of course. Mo Yesi raised his hand and pinched her graceful curved chin, and said gently, when did I not care about your affairs? This is your first time going to a place far away from me. I can no longer visit you as often as before, I really don't trust you at all. Chiao Mian met the man's gentle and affectionate gaze, and her heart trembled slightly. Mo Yesi, I'm not a child anymore. Don't worry, I will take care of myself. But in my eyes, you are just a child who makes me care and worry about you. Baby, I really don't trust you at all. The man sighed lowly, his eyes full of reluctance. If I didn't want you to go, I shouldn't have agreed to let you go so far away. The man paused, with a trace of hesitation on his handsome face. After a few seconds, he tentatively asked, do you have to make this movie? Chiao Mian saw the reluctance and worry in Mo Yesi's eyes. She felt particularly sweet, warm, and happy in her heart. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2684. Chapter 2684. Mo Yesi, I can't bear to leave you either. She really feels so lucky and happy to have a husband who loves her so much. A burst of sweetness filled her heart, and she couldn't help but stand on tiptoes, hooking her white and soft arms around the man's neck, her dark and soft eyes fixed on the handsome and dazzling man in front of her. Mo Yesi, I can't let you go either. I know you're worried about me, but I'm an adult, and an adult who's good at basic life skills, and I can really take care of myself. And this time Sister Sia and Nana will come with me, and they will also take care of me. So, don't worry, I will never let myself have a bad life. And I heard that the production team is very good, and the treatment given to the actors is very good, including food and accommodation. Don't think that I just had to endure hardship in the past. In fact, filming is not as hard as you think. And now everyone knows that I am the wife of President Mose, and I am also the treasure of your boss. Do you think anyone dares to do this to you? Am I not good? Even if they are not afraid of offending me, they don't dare to offend you, Mr. Mo, Chiao Mian said with a playful expression. Mo Yesi was amused by her and laughed. The man's thin lips curved and he lowered his eyes to look at her. Now you don't mind others thinking you are a relative? Chiao Mian, I don't mind for a long time. Huh, you don't mind for a long time? Well, I don't mind for a long time. It's all about the relevant households. Anyway, no matter what others say, I just do my own thing. I believe that as long as I work hard, I will be seen. If there are still people who think that if it's a related household, it just means that I haven't done well enough. One day, I will rely on my strength to take off this label. She clenched her little fists, her eyes were firm, and her voice was sonorous and powerful. Well, this is her goal. She believes that one day it will definitely come true. By then, when talking about Jiao Mian, no one will think that she became famous because of the Bai family or the Mo family. Okay, looking at the energetic and motivated little wife in front of him, Mo Yesie's eyes were full of doting. He stretched out his hand to touch her head and said softly, I believe you can do it. Come on, baby. Well, I'll do my best. I have a few old acquaintances in country Y. I'll say hello to them later. If you have anything to do when you go there, you can contact them to help you. Jiao Mian nodded with a smile, okay. Of course, you can also call me. The same goes for asking your husband for help. Although I can't rush there right away, I will still help you find a solution. Good. After you get there, if you are not used to the food there, I can arrange for a chef to come over and cook for you. Good. You may not be able to adapt to the climate in country Y. If you are not acclimatized, don't hold on and see a doctor immediately. Good. The security there is not very good at night. After work, just stay in the hotel. Don't go out at night. Good. You must video chat with me every day to let me know your situation clearly. Good. The man explained each item carefully. His uneasiness about her was all reflected in this detailed explanation. At the end, he was silent for a moment, as if thinking about whether there was anything else to explain. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2685. Chapter 2685. Don't argue with me about this matter. Well, Mo Yesie, I will listen to you. Jiao Mian leaned against his chest softly, hearing his heartbeat steady and strong, and the man's nice and warm breath was on her nose. At this moment, I feel very happy and blessed. If I can spare time, I will come back to see you. Why are you running around? Just wait for me to come over and see you. Mo Yesie didn't want to let her get involved. I have more freedom in my time. And next month, there are a few orders that need to be negotiated in country Y. Just wait for me over there, don't run around, you know. I'm not running around blindly. Baby, be good. Listen to me. Mo Yesie's gentle tone was a bit domineering. Don't argue with me about this matter. Jiao Mian. Okay, she nodded. I won't argue with you anymore, I will listen to you. Okay. Can you let me go now? I have to clean up. Go. Mo Yesie seemed to be finally satisfied, smiling and rubbing her head. I'll pack it up in a while, and I'll check it for you again. See if there's anything missing. Asterisk. Since he is going abroad for 3 months, Jiao Mian has a lot of luggage to carry. Mo Yesie used 2 large suitcases to put all her things in. After cleaning up, Jiao Mian felt hungry, so the two of them went downstairs to have supper hand in hand. Thinking that they would be separated for a few months this time, Jiao Mian proposed that she cook a supper for Mo Yesie. Tell me what you want to eat. Whatever I know how to cook, I will cook for you. Jiao Mian tied her hair into a bun, put on her apron, and opened the refrigerator as she spoke. Mo Yesie stood at the door of the kitchen. Seeing how positive she was, he smiled and said, You think I worked hard for you just now, so you want to reward me by cooking for me. That's right. Jiao Mian smiled and nodded. You help me pack my luggage, and I'll make you a midnight snack. Besides, I haven't cooked for you for a long time. Didn't you say you like to eat what I cook? Food. Since you want to cook for me personally, of course I can't live up to your kindness. Mo Yesie's dark eyes were filled with smiles, and he looked at the exquisite and beautiful girl in front of him with a lingering look, and said in a low voice, as long as it's made by you, I like to eat it. It's up to you. I decide. Yeah. I'll eat whatever you do. The man's voice was low and magnetic, as long as it's made by you, I'm not picky about food. The implication. Only if Chiao Mian made it, he would not be picky about food. In fact, he is still a very picky person in nature. Okay then, let me see what food is in the refrigerator. Chiao Mian looked into the refrigerator. The large refrigerator was filled to the brim with all kinds of food. There were all kinds of ingredients in it. No shortage. It's not advisable to eat too greasy food at night, so I'll stir-fry some lighter side dishes and make vegetable porridge. What do you think? Yes, not bad. Then don't stand here, go out and wait. Chiao Mian took out a few dishes from the refrigerator and waved with her back to Mo Yesie. You stand here and watch me cook. I feel uncomfortable. Okay, then I'll go out. Are you sure you don't need me to help you? No need, just go out and wait. Okay, then I'll be waiting for your midnight snack. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2686. Chapter 2686. Don't worry, I won't do anything. Mo Yesie looked at her lovingly, then exited the kitchen with a smile. After Chiao Mian married Mo Yesie, she seldom cooked by herself. Even though Mo Yesie said he liked to eat her cooking, he rarely let her go to the kitchen. Usually, Chiao Mian would occasionally cook for him when he felt like it. It doesn't matter whether it tastes good or not. He will eat it all up very proudly. Chiao Mian is very good at making home-cooked dishes. In less than half an hour, she had 3 dishes ready. The porridge in the pot has just been cooked. She washed her hands, took off her apron, and asked a maid to bring the dishes out. Is everything done? Mo Yesie was sitting in the living room watching the current news. When he saw her coming out of the kitchen, he stood up immediately. Well, it's done. I fried a shrimp and the other 2 dishes are vegetarian. Come over and see if you like it. I said, as long as it's made by you, I like it. Mo Yesie curled his lips and walked to her side, putting his arms around her waist. The 2 of them walked to the dining room together. Chiao Mian's cooking skills are not very good, but they are above average among ordinary people. Several dishes seem to be full of color, flavor. Although they are not delicacies, in Mo Yesie's eyes, his wife's cooking the rice is incomparable to any delicacies from the mountains and seas. He eats delicacies from mountains and seas every day, and has long been tired of them. It smells so good. He walked to the table and complimented him before he started eating. It looks delicious. At this moment, I just want to drink some porridge and eat some side dishes. This late night snack is really good. It's too good for my taste. You haven't even eaten yet, and I already know that I like you. Chiao Mian sat down, took the chopsticks and picked a shrimp into the porcelain white bowl, and then greeted him, try it quickly and see how it tastes. It's been a long time. I haven't even cooked for myself, and I don't know if my cooking skills have deteriorated. Okay. Mo Yesie sat down next to her and ate the piece of shrimp she picked up. How is it? Chiao Mian asked. It's delicious. Mo Yesie commented seriously. The shrimps were stir-fried very tender, retaining the umami flavor, and the heat was well controlled. Really, Chiao Mian was very happy to receive such high praise and evaluation from him, and her eyes lit up. When I just fried it, I was afraid that it would be too dry and the taste would not be good. The taste is very suitable. Mo Yesie tasted another vegetarian dish and praised it without hesitation. This dish also tastes good. Then you should eat more. For those who cook, the most important thing is the recognition of their cooking skills by the diners. Especially Moyesi is still a very picky person. Even if you know that his praise is mainly for saving face, who will feel unhappy after hearing his kind words? Moyesi raised his eyes, his dark eyes full of doting. Okay. I will try my best to eat all the loving supper that my wife has worked hard to cook. Asterisk. After dinner, Chiao Mian took a bath and lay lazily on the bed. The side of her body was slightly concave, and a warm breath surrounded her from behind. Her back was pressed against the strong chest of the man behind her, and a pair of equally warm arms wrapped around her slender waist. Moyesi. Chiao Mian stiffened. Don't worry, I won't do anything. The man's voice was low and sexy, and his thin lips were close to her ear, and he whispered, I know you have to get up early tomorrow, I just want to hug you. The delicate body in her arms relaxed. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2687. Chapter 2687 is very useful. Moyesi felt the change in her and said amusedly, Are you so afraid of me? I said I won't touch you, so I won't. Even though I tired you before, I let you rest long enough this time. Oh, your body is so delicate, haven't you recovered yet? The delicate little woman in her arms moved her body like an insect, turned around and looked at him face to face. Yes, I am just delicate, but I haven't recovered yet. I told you, there are no injuries on your hands. Don't even think about it until you recover. Moyesi raised his eyebrows, and there was a hint of helplessness on the man's handsome face. Baby, I remember I told you that the injuries on my hands have healed. Even Lu Rao said that my hands it can be used normally. If you don't believe me, don't you believe Lu Rao? Moyesi said, stretching out his scabbed and peeling palm, which had grown a new layer of skin. If you still don't believe it, why don't you check it now? Chiao Mian glanced down and said with a smile on her lips, well, it's better now. But you just said you won't touch me tonight. Moyesi, you can't remain silent. I'll tell you tomorrow if you want to get up early. I have to go to bed early. I heard an even more helpless sigh in my ear. Yes, I have failed to do anything I promised you. Now I just want to hold you and talk to you, is that okay? Well, okay. Chiao Mian snuggled into his arms, adjusted herself into the most comfortable position and leaned on his chest. Then what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about our wedding. I want to wait until you finish filming the movie and we will have a wedding. Moyesi has been thinking about this for a long time. Now he and Chiao Mian have made it public. Everyone knows that they are married. But he still owes her a grand wedding. Their relationship no longer needs to be hidden. Everything that needs to be done must be done one by one. Wedding. Chiao Mian thought for a while, nodded and said, well, I actually think so too. After I finish filming this movie, we will have a wedding. Even though he knew she couldn't refuse, the moment she agreed, Moyesi couldn't help but raise the corners of his lips in an extremely charming arc. I remember you said that you like to hold weddings at the beach. Have you ever thought about the specific address where the wedding will be held? Chiao Mian was stunned for a moment. Not yet. Should you choose the place yourself, or should I help you choose it? You choose. Chiao Mian raised her head, with bright black eyes and a sweet smile. Moyesi, can I be a lazy person who doesn't participate in the process, only in the results? I think you have good taste. I like everything you pick, so I think it's good to leave our wedding to you. As long as you decide everything, I don't have any objections. Moyesi was stunned for a moment, and then the man chuckled, looking at the little woman nestled in his arms with a bit of helplessness and a bit of doting in his eyes. You are just a little lazy person. I thought you would enjoy being a part of our wedding. With you, it doesn't matter if I'm a slacker. Chiao Mian hooked her arms around his neck and smiled. who makes my husband so capable? He can do everything, and he can do everything well. She was coquettish and soft. The man complained with his mouth, but in his heart he really liked her delicate appearance, and he was very happy with her rainbow fart. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2688. Chapter 2688. A wedding held on the same day. There's really nothing we can do about you. Moyesi flicked her forehead gently, then lowered his head and kissed her between the eyebrows, sighing in a funny and helpless way. You said so, I not rely on you? Okay, you don't have to worry about anything, just leave the wedding to me. At that time, he will definitely give her a surprise. Moyesi, I suddenly had an idea about the wedding, and I don't know whether I should say it or not. Just say what you want to say, what else do you have to worry about in front of me? Even my eldest brother and Luoluo haven't held a wedding yet. What do you think if we hold a wedding on the same day? Do you think it will be particularly memorable? This is something Chiao Mian and Zhongluli had agreed upon. If conditions permit, they will pick a place and hold the wedding together. Moyesi was startled for a moment. Wedding will be held on the same day as eldest brother and the others. Yes. How about it? Is it okay? Chiao Mian's dark and soft eyes were full of expectation. Luoluo and I once made an agreement that if we can both find a partner who can get married at the same time, then we will wedding on the same day. You and my eldest brother are brothers, and Luoluo and I are best friends. I calculated the time. It will take almost 3 months for me to finish filming the movie. By that time, Luoluo's health has also recovered. If we can having a wedding on the same day would be perfect. Moyesi didn't answer her immediately. He thought for a moment and then said, I have no objection. Ask Zhongluli to ask the elder brother. If the elder brother agrees, then let's do it. Really? That's great. Chiao Mian suddenly became excited and said happily, brother dotes on Luoluo so much, so he will definitely agree to her. Then it's settled, Luoluo and I will hold the wedding together. Oh my gosh, this is awesome, I'm already looking forward to the wedding day. Moyesi. She didn't say she was looking forward to their wedding before. Zhongluli is more important than his husband. Never mind. Zhongluli is now married, still married to his eldest brother, and has a child. Moyesi held back the sour taste in his heart and agreed with his little wife with a smile, well, it's pretty good. Moyesi, I really feel so happy now. Chiao Mian squinted her eyes and rubbed her soft and white face against his warm and strong chest. I feel that God is very kind to me. I once many things I hoped for have now come true. Huh? What did you expect? The man above her head liked being so close to her. He petted her head lovingly, and his deep magnetic voice was indescribably gentle. Let me think about it. Chiao Mian blinked and recalled all the things she had hoped for in the past, then pursed her lips and said with a smile, I used to hope that my other half would understand me in the future. If you love me, I will like him very much, and he will also like me very much. A pleasant smile appeared on the man's handsome face. Have you realized this wish? Well, it's come true. Chiao Mian raised her head and said with a smile, you are the perfect husband given to me by God. This sentence was very useful to Moyesi. The man's deep dark eyes narrowed in pleasure, and he was in a great mood. Perfect husband. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2689. Chapter 2689. Wow, is that Chiao Mian? Yes. In your eyes, am I perfect? The smile on the man's lips deepened, and there was joy in the corners of his brows and eyes. How does it compare with other men? Chiao Mian blinked in confusion. For example, Chin Han Mo Yesi said seriously, he is not your idol? Which one of us do you think is more perfect? Chiao Mian. Why is Chin Han involved? Moreover, Mo Yesi, does he still mind what Chin Han means? Oh my god. Chiao Mian was completely speechless for him. She has such a jealous husband, and she really doesn't know what to do with him. He clearly knew that Chin Han was just her idol. Why don't you speak? The man reached out and lifted her chin, his brows tightened. Is this question so hard for you to answer? No, how can you compare with Chin Han? For me, Chin Han is both my idol and my senior. He has a lot worth learning from. And you are my husband and the person I love most. In my eyes, of course my husband is the best. Chiao Mian knew what Mo Yesi liked to hear, so she picked out the men's favorite ones and told him, although Chin Han is a senior who deserves my respect, of course he can't compare with my favorite husband of. This answer indeed made the man whose brows were frowning 1 second smile the next. Chiao Mian felt like she was coaxing a child, but Mo Yesi always did this trick every time, so this trick worked well for him. The two chatted for a while. Chiao Mian felt a little sleepy. She raised her hand to cover her lips and yawned lazily. Are you sleepy? Mo Yesi lowered his eyes and asked her softly. Well, I'm a little sleepy. Then go to sleep. Mo Yesi reached out to cover her eyes, pressing his warm palm against her eyes gently. It's already late, it's time to go to bed. It seems I haven't set the alarm yet. Don't worry, I'll wake you up, it won't be a waste of time. Well, then I'm going to sleep. Remember to wake me up early, I can't be late. Well, go to sleep. Good night, baby. Mo Yesi pressed her forehead against hers and kissed her gently. Drowsiness gradually came over me. Chiao Mian slowly closed her eyes. In the man's warm and safe embrace, smelling the familiar and reassuring breath on his body, she fell asleep quickly. Asterisk. Early the next morning, after Chiao Mian got up and packed up, Mo Yesi took her to the airport. Although she was dressed in disguise and wrapped herself up tightly, she was quickly recognized by her fans and some passers-by as she was now very well known. Wow, is that Chiao Mian? It looks like her. I saw Mian Bao, and Mian Bao's husband. Oh my god, Mian Bao's husband is so handsome, he looks much better in person than in the photo. It's really Mian Bao. Yesterday, the official blog of Phoenix Flying posted on Weibo, saying that all the crew will fly to Country F today for a 3-month filming. This must be Mian Bao, although she is wearing sunglasses and a mask, but I definitely won't admit it. Fans saw their idol and ran towards Chiao Mian excitedly. Mian Bao, Mian Bao. Chiao Mian had just finished checking in her luggage and was walking towards the VIP lounge with Mo Yesi Si. When she heard a sudden scream behind her, she was stunned for a moment and turned her head to look. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2690. Chapter 2690. I can't understand such behavior. She saw a group of young girls, each holding a mobile phone, their eyes shining, and their expressions excited, running towards her. While running, she screamed, "Oh my god, it's really Mian Bao." Mian Bao heard us calling her, and she turned back to look at us. At first, passers-by didn't recognize Chiao Mian. But seeing all these fans running towards Chiao Mian and taking pictures of Chiao Mian with their mobile phones, and hearing someone calling out Chiao Mian's name, passers-by soon started to get excited and started shouting. He took out his cell phone and kept taking pictures of Chiao Mian. Although these passers-by are not fans of Chiao Mian. But I have also heard of her name. A popular female star was standing in front of them. Even if she was not a fan, She wanted to take a video or a photo and post it on WeChat Moments or something. Soon, a group of people gathered around Xiao Mian. Mo Yesi immediately put his arms around Xiao Mian's waist, pushed her into his arms and protected her. I'm afraid I'll meet crazy people like Huang Yilin and Xiao Xiao again. When the fans saw this scene, they felt like they had been spoiled and screamed again. Ah, Mr. Mo's posture is full of strength, domineering and mighty. Wow, Mian Bao, a goddess who is 1.68 meters tall, actually looks so petite in front of Mr. Mo. Mr. Mo is too tall. Oh my god, look at these long legs. They are so outstanding. Mian Bao, I like you very much. I will support you all my life. Mian Bao, you must take good care of yourself when you arrive in country. Why alone? Don't let us, Mian Bing, worry about you. Mian Bao, look here, mommy loves you. Wow, I finally met Mo Yesi in person. He's so handsome. Oh my god, does such a handsome man really exist? Mian Bao must be so happy to have such a handsome husband. Seeing that the fans recognized her, Xiao Mian simply took off her mask and sunglasses, revealing her face openly so that fans and passers-by could take lots of photos. Her behavior caused fans to scream again. Mo Yesi frowned when he heard the screams around him, and tightened his arms around Xiao Mian's waist. He looked at the excited fans with a defensive look in his eyes, fearing that these fans would be overly emotional. What irrational behavior will you do? He has never chased the stars. So I can't understand how star chasers feel when they see their idols. At this moment, he only felt that these little girls, who looked very young, seemed to have been injected with chicken blood. They were shouting his wife's name excitedly and taking pictures of his wife frantically with their mobile phones. There were also a few little girls who actually started crying. Mo Yesi couldn't understand such behavior. In his eyes, this group of people looked like crazy people. The more excited the fans became, the tighter he tightened his arm around Xiao Mian, always on guard against someone doing something detrimental to his wife. Mr. Mo, can you turn your head and look at the camera? We are loyal CP fans of you and Mian Bao. You and Mian Bao are really a perfect match. Mr. Mo, you must treat our Mian Bao well and make Mian Bao happy for a lifetime. Mr. Mo, our Mian Bing will leave Mian Bao to you. You must be good to Mian Bao and never let her down, otherwise all Mian Bing will denounce you. Suddenly surrounded by a group of people, and there were constant screams around him, Mo Yesi's eyes already showed a bit of displeasure and impatience, but when he heard the fans' explanations to him, his expression suddenly softened. End of this chapter.